Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on a simple multi-strand bracelet. Now the SoftFlex prompt for today for their joyful beading things is make a multi-strand bracelet. So that's why I've decided to do it, and we're going to use their design challenge kit, Rainy Day, to make it. So let's turn down and I'll show you sort of what we're doing. I haven't entirely planned it out, but we'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so I have a little pile of beads here. I have some silver ball chain. I have some silver daisy spacers. And I have some silver caps. Now, there's the, here is the wire, and here is the crimp tubes for our bracelet. And I'm not exactly sure how much to cut on stuff because, well, we're making a multi-strand, which we hadn't made before. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some SoftFlex. And I may just make this to the length I want, and then if it's not as long as I want, we'll just put an extender chain on. I think that would be the easiest way to go about. So we're going to put this guy on here. And these two are going to be little dangles on the end. And then I'm thinking we'll just take and start beading. And we'll go for like 6.5 inches because I want this about 7 inches. These will take up a little space. And then we will also have the lobster claw and such on the back end. So let's sort of get a plan on what we're going to try and do here. I'm not sure if we've got enough beads out here yet, but we will figure it out as we go along. And the wonderful thing about this is that I've got this whole tray of beads that I can go to if I decide I need something more. We'll start with that, see how it looks. If we end up needing more, put you over here, then we can do so. Get some more. So we're just gonna go spacer, bead, spacer, bead. You know, I'm going to make a slight change up here. I'm going to pull these back off, and I'm going to put 2 spacers right here between the cube and this one here. And then I'll do the same here between it and the other crystals. So this is going to end up being a very delicate bracelet because this is going to be the middle strand of our bracelet, and then we're going to just have the ball chain on both sides. This one is full of something. It's going to need cleaned out. Now, as I say, I can make this as short as I want, and we can just, this one's got something in it too. Just use extender chain to make it longer if that's the way we want to go. I only have one. I am going to get a couple more of these out because these are all got two, and this one only has the one, and that one only has one too. When we cut the wire, we'll add another one over there. So put two here and put this one on. And now we're going to measure this. It needs to be at least 6 inches, maybe a little longer. It's only 5, so we're going to want it to be a little bit longer than that. So what we're going to do is do a few more beads on either side. And I think we'll go with that. Put a bead stopper over here. Now let's see how much adding those 2 beads did. Now it's about 5.5. So if we cut the wire, and which we will do right here. Come on, you. Cut the wire. Then we're going to pull this up. We're going to pull this one off because we need that second spacer. Now this one goes on. And then we need a light blue and one of the whitish colored ones. Now let's put our bead stopper back on and see how long we are now. And we are a little over 6. And we're a little ways away from our from where we want to crimp it at, I think. So, because what we're going to do is we're going to put a crimp tube on either end. We're looping it back on itself so it has the 2 wires in it. And then we're going to cut this to the length we need it to be. It's going to go in first, and then the bead strand, and then the second one will go right here, and then we'll close it up. So that's how it's going to keep it from falling out there. I can show you what I mean. Okay, so it's going to go just like this. Is what it's going to look like. Come on, you. Get out of the way. Well, it doesn't need to be in there to show you what I mean. So it'll go in here like so, with this on the other side like that. So pretty simple and basic. Then the tubes, of course, will go on either side. And then we're going to have to put some jump rings and lobster claw in there. So it'll be, once we get the tube on, And then the tube in the other side. Then we'll put some jump rings and lobster claws, and it will probably end up being about 7. Now, if I wanted to get a few more beads out and put on here to add some more, then we could do that. And if I were going to, since I've only done 3s, 3s, and 3s, I could do a 4th one there. But the question is, do I want a 4th one there? Let me see how much adding 2 more beads would make it be. So it's 6, so if we were to add this much more, it would be 6.5, and I'm afraid we'd make it too big. So we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to do, as I just said, and we're going to do a crimp on either side here. And I'm going to knock the crud off of these two so I can put them away. So we're not going to need these. Bing. So now that's the rest of those. And I don't think there's any other little beads I might want to put in here unless I decided to put on one of these, but I don't think I'm going to. So anyway, what we're going to do, like I say, is we're going to take one side and we're going to put a crimp on. And we're just going to reverse that crimp, bring it back up here almost to the very end. Because it just needs the 2 wires. It doesn't need the... And then we're going to crimp it. And as you can see, this ball is now about the same size as this one. And it should go in here all right, but not come back out. And no, it won't. See? Pretty tight. So now we have an option. We can go through some of these beads, if it will, on this side, and it goes great. So we'll just cut it off a little bit. Actually, I'm going to cut it all the way to the top. That way it doesn't have to worry about having 2 threads trying to go through the wire here. And you can see the top of it is trying to come out of our lead right here. And I may just let it do that and then put the even put our jump ring through that. That'll keep that from wiggling around any. So now we go through here. Come here, baby. It can come out right there. It's just dandy. Down. Pull. You didn't come down. Okay, now we're going to crimp this one. And I let that go in here, so I'm going to have to cut it at the beads here instead of at the top. So, next step is to cut our wire. And you can cut this tip off if you want, if you think it's going to be a problem, and it might be, so maybe I'll just cut it off. That way we don't have to worry about it. So now we just have our little ball there on both sides. And now we need to cut our chain to the size of this strand here. So we'll go from the little ball right here, and we'll just go to this ball here. That looks about right. So we'll cut this right here between these two balls, and then we'll get the same length of chain for the other side. So we'll just now, this one is, I think, the one we cut. It's got a little bit of the hunk of metal hanging out right here. Oh, it fell back in, so I guess it's, oh, there, back again. Cut that off. Now I want to get these even as much as possible. Oops, dropped it. So cut right here. We have this little bit of chain extra. So next step is we're just going to start sliding the pieces in. So one ball chain, the little bead here at the end of this one. Come on, don't fight me, go in there. This must be the 2-strand side. No, it's the 1-strand side, so I don't know why it's being difficult. There it goes. And then this side goes in. Just like so. And then you squish this piece down, and it's being difficult. You can either do it with your hand if it wants to behave, or you can do it with a pair of pliers. A lot of times, if you can keep your pieces inside here, this one just fell out again. Go in. You can push it down on your desk. This one's being very, very stubborn, so I'm going to get my pliers and come on, baby, all the way down. It's not quite all the way down, but it's close, and it's close enough I can probably squish it down on my desk a little better. Oh, there we go. So there's this side done. And now we just need to feed this side through, close it up, and put some final stuff on. So let's get our piece out here, and we will start sliding things in. Okay, there's the first one. Here's our second one. Now this one does have both strands here, so there we go. And now the last ball. And I'm just going to take my pliers right off the bat. Done. Whew, that one wanted to be stubborn. So there is our little bracelet piece. Oh, that feels like one side is bigger than the other one because it's tighter on that one side than on the other. That's strange. Oh, now it's not. So there we are with our silver ball chain on both sides in our little hooks here. So now, as you can see, this is about 6.5. So now we need to get some jump rings out and a lobster claw and put this together. I have got a lobster claw out, and I've got one large jump ring and some smalls. And I'm thinking we may need more than one to put this on properly. And what I mean by that is this is going to turn sideways, and I may want it this direction when we get to that point. So, as you can see, once I put this through here, the lobster claw will go sort of sideways, and I think that's all right. And we'll see what I see when it's done. See, it goes this way, but this will go this way. So we're going to put one little jump ring between the two, and then the big one on it. So we'll go through here with this, then we'll grab this one, close it up, and by all rights it could be done right now. Let's put this together, and there we go. Of course, when it goes on your wrist, your ball chains aren't going to slide all over the place like these two are doing right now. In fact, this one goes over here, and this one goes over here. So it would, sit like so. Wow, those little guys don't want to move in that. That's fine if we get them in a good spot. Okay, let's see how large it ended up being. It's just about 7, not quite. Now, I have these other pieces here, which I was thinking of putting on as dangles. So we would dangle it off this piece right here. And I notice this one is not. Might be the thickness of the jump rings, because that's not that thick right there. The hole spot. Usually they slide around in here and irritate me, but they are not sliding at all right now. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I don't think this will fit on here through the hole. We'll see. It goes on, but it won't circle around, see? Probably the same with this one. Nope, it won't. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put that back in here for one thing. Okay, it seems to have loosened up a little bit. It seemed to be tight. Oh, see, it's tight right there. It's not pushing up where it should. Don't like that. I mean, it's fine once it gets up there, but then it wants to wiggle weird. Anyway, what I want to do is, this is probably way too big. This is a jump ring I made for something else once upon a time. Won't go on this one. Oh, that's not the whole, duh. Of course it won't go on there. So there we go. It'll go on like that. I notice this side is ragged. So then we have to take this jump ring and there, and we're going to put it on, hook it on one of these. And I'll probably put this one away since I don't have it hooked on. But what I'm thinking is I do not like the way these are behaving. I really don't. So I have some, let's see how tiny I have any of these here. There. Now hopefully these will work the way I want them to. These are little jump rings, but they're split rings rather than regular jump rings. So I'm going to take these off here at the end since they're not behaving really well. And I'm going to substitute these little guys for them. So let's get this guy off here. Wow, it's really not behaving. See, it went on there pretty good, but it's really stiff. So we're going to take it off. I'm actually going to throw it away because it's a little messed up. But what we're going to do is I am going to open this split ring. And I'm going to see if I can get it to fit properly on here. Come on, turn. Not ideal, but it seems to be better. So now I'm going to switch the other side as well, and then we'll redo the lobster claw. And see if this will work a lot better. I'm hoping it will work a little more, oh, how do I put it? Fluidly, I guess is the way to put it. So now we can open this up, put it on one of these split rings, tighten her up, And then I'm also going to open up this other jump ring that's on the lobster claw and put it on this side. Come on, fall off. There we go. Now I've already opened this jump ring once, so I don't want to open it too many times, but now comes the tricky part. Come here, you. Now see, the jump ring is right here with our little dangle. And when I say the tricky part, it's because now we have to open the split ring up enough to put the lobster claw on. Come on, babe. Go. Now turn it. Now roll it. Okay. Okay. Oh, come on, you open up. Now we'll want on the jump ring. And I suspect it's twisted a little bit, but we'll see. Oh, it's not. Cool. So now let's see what it looks like here. Well, it's again 7, but we are twisted up a bit here. Okay, we put it on backwards onto here. Come on, behave. So dangle. The chain looks to be twisted right here. Bing, it was. So 7 inches. And there is our bracelet. Pretty simple, but pretty cute too, I think anyway. And when it's on, it will be, come on, lay down, like so. So there we go. There's our simple 3-strand bracelet using some beads from the Rainy Day bead strand or bead mix, and then some ball chain and some pretty little ends. I had decided we were done, and then I decided to make a change. And what we're going to do is we're going to open this jump ring with the jewel on it, take it off, put it on the end of this piece of chain. This is going to be a little extender chain. And we are going to then put this on this jump ring that's here on our split ring. Drop the chain down on here and close it back up. And I think that finishes it off better with having the extender and then the little dang jewel on the bottom of our extender. So it's very pretty. There we go. There we go. There is our 3-strand bracelet using beads and ball chain. Very delicate little one. Just goes on your wrist like so. Oh, come on, you. Don't argue with me here. I'm not going to clip it, but this chain wants to go underneath the other one there. Okay. Pull her tight. And that's what she looks like. Just very delicate, very simple. And then, of course, our wood hook right here. And we have the one little blue dangle. So there we go. This is our little 3-strand bracelet using our beads from Rainy Day, the SoftFlex Design Challenge Kit, Rainy Day. There we go. This one strand looks like it's shorter, and that's because we're not even here as we go down. There we go. So there we go. Pretty easy, pretty. It's a very pretty little bracelet. This is the dangle you're seeing here at the end. Its jump ring is right here. And we could put a bit of an extender chain on right here if we wanted to. Well, I don't know that I'm going to, but there it is. And like I say, this has been made using our Rainy Day Design Challenge Kit from SoftFlex Design Company. And this has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, no.